Hi. Okay, so the culture that I grew up in, so there's kind of two things that I thought of when I read this question. The first is that um, I grew up on like not like a legit farm, but like we had like two cows and like some chickens and some goats and stuff. And so we just would have to like go out in the morning and like feed the animals and like collect all the eggs and fill up the water and everything before going to school. And that was something that my parents like really stressed. It was like important was just like um, doing your responsibilities and like taking care of, I don't know, that stuff like first thing when you wake up and before you do anything else. Um, and then the other one that I thought of was that like my parents just really emphasized like cleaning up after yourself. I don't know, like I have 7 siblings, and so it kind of can get pretty messy pretty fast, and so that was just always something that was really important to like that for my parents, was that we each like individually were being aware of the mess that we were creating and then cleaning that up. um, Alternative culture emphasis. So when I was on my mission, I served in France, and one of the members there is from New Zealand, and so she grew up speaking English, but then she had lived in France for like the whole time. Like her kids were all born in France, and she was talking to me about how like her kids like don't really know English, and she said that it was like she feels like it was really like if they wanted to learn English, then they can like put in the work to like learn English, and she wouldn't just like teach it to them when they were growing up, because it was important to her that they like understand like that they could see like the value in it from like the hard work that they put into it, as opposed to just giving that to them, which I thought was really interesting, because I feel like from my perspective, like I feel like I would definitely like try and do everything I could to make them bilingual like when they were growing up, but it was just kind of that shift in like she wanted them to value it. So I thought that was interesting. And then my reaction to the Japanese expectations for children, I mean, it was kind of, I don't know, I feel like I'm not really a pessimist, but like a realist, in the sense of like, I don't know, like at the end of the video, one of the guys was saying that like what we should take from this is that like everyone should just like be having their kids do more from an earlier age, kind of like what the Japanese do. But then also like, I don't know, it said earlier that like crime is like 1/4 as like prevalent in Japan as it was in Australia that they're talking about. And so I just feel like being aware of like the situation, but also like taking the concepts of not just like babying your kids and like really helping them to grow and develop, because when you give them more responsibility earlier on, like they can develop that, I don't know, like different traits. And so I think that was my reaction to it. So